to NBA Today, presented by ESPN Bet.
Welcome into our NBA studios here in Los Angeles alongside Chiney Ogwumike, Brian Windhurst, Kendrick Perkins, who is looking very dapper today.
I love the fit.
I'm Malika Andrews. Yeah, this might be one of my favorite cities ever.
But this is also one of my favorites, too.
Thank you very much, sis. Perk, I got a question for you.
About me.
Ty is fantastic.
You guys are coordinated.
Ty is
nice
fantastic.
With the blue.
I got a question for you,
always
Perk.
like the tie windy.
Yeah, it always looks good.
I'm standing on business.
This next hour is not just about our wardrobe, contrary to popular belief. Perk, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you still consider the Cavaliers and Golden State Warriors a rivalry?
Once a rivalry, always a rivalry.
I mean, I said in our meeting yesterday, rivalries can be made out of ketchup and mustard. I don't really know what I was meaning by that or where we were going with that. But let's examine where these two teams sit today, because we have a huge matchup tonight in
He said
Cleveland.
cut the mustard yesterday, so you might as well keep it going.
The Cavaliers, they lead the league in offensive efficiency, and the Warriors, they're in third. The last time they both ranked top 3 in offense, well, it was the 2016-17 season when they made the finals. And both offenses, they're fueled by three-point shooting. Both teams, they have a pair of guards making 3 3-pointers a game. Steph, Hield, Garland, and Mitchell. Both teams rank in the top 4 in three-point shooting percentage. And for the Cavs, that's added up to a 9-0 start. 1 win shy of the second best start to a season in the last 20 years. The only one longer, Brian?
2016?
Yep, the Golden State Warriors. They started out 24-0. But I feel like we keep asking this question, Perk. Golden State, what can they show us? What can they show us? Is this real? Are they actually a 7-1 team? Who can make the bigger statement tonight?
Well, let me start off by saying this. Okay, with the Cavs, in my eyes, they are already legit threats to the Boston Celtics in the East.
Already.
Okay, let's get that out the way.
Okay.
But the Golden State Warriors, Wendy, remember this? Last year, Malika, Shanae, we talked about Joe Mazzulla with his new offense and can the Celtics get it done? We questioned the three-point shooting and his new philosophy. They got it done. I feel like we kept that same energy with Steve Kerr with his 13-man rotation that he picked up from, well, Wendy?
The Olympics.
The Olympics, right? And so they go in, they get a statement win, in my eyes, in the Garden, in the TD Garden against the Celtics. But some may not be believing.
Right, because people are going to say, well, what about Kristaps Porzingis?
Yep.
Some are going to say, what about Jaylen Brown?
And that's the word, Perk. Believe. What was the motto before strength in numbers? It was we believe. Warriors. This is a squad that finally I'm looking at like, hold up. Wait a minute. They made some tweaks.
We thought they were
starting
finished?
to believe. We thought they are not finished. And what I love about this squad is it feels like Steph has so much pressure off of him because of the way the young guys and also the young vets have stepped up. I mean, what a tremendous start for Buddy Hield.
Yep.
Shooting, being cool coming off the bench, out shooting Steph Curry. I think it's around 4 3-point shots made a game. And the just chorus of players that have put them, honestly, you guys know I get excited, into symphony.
Yeah.
Offensively, they're looking really great. But honestly, what impressed me in this matchup that you're watching right there was the Warriors defense. And if you think about the Warriors, what really sells tickets is that offense, but what won them championships was the defense. Their defense has really stepped up this year in ways that we haven't seen in a long time.
The sports books think that the Cavs are the favorite tonight by 5 points, 4.5, 5 points, which means the Warriors have the bigger statement, right? Because if the Warriors, even though they just won in Boston, they believe in the Cavs more than them.
Well, so everyone on this panel thinks that it's the Warriors that can make the bigger statement here. But the Cavaliers, their roster, their team hasn't really changed, Brian, from the team we saw underperform by their standards in the postseason last year. So what's making the difference under Kenny Atkinson?
Yeah, it's very interesting to see the Lakers compared with the Cavs, because the Lakers have the same roster and having the same issues. The Cavs have the same roster and are 9-0. And I think if you look at Evan Mobley, the difference that he has been this year as an aggressive player, it's crazy. Last year, I honestly believe there were times when Evan Mobley had more pump fakes in a game than he had shots, because he was so indecision on offense. He was so tentative. He was still awesome at the defensive end. This year, every time he gets the ball, he's extremely aggressive with it, driving, passing. That and Darius Garland being healthy and being in a good place mentally, which he definitely is, has made the Cavs an offensive juggernaut. They have scored over 130 points 4 times already this year. They did it 4 times all of last year.
Wow.
Yeah, the most critical piece to the Cavs' ceiling and also their chemistry is Evan Mobley. They've been trying to find ways for him to be empowered alongside Jarrett Allen, trying to be that guy that everyone saw when they had him, as a young guy, had that potential. And I think when I think about the Cavs overall, it's interesting because you see them take steps forward when stars are missing. Donovan Mitchell out for a while. Garland steps forward.
Yeah.
He's an all-star. Jarrett Allen was out. Don missed a couple games versus the Celtics when, everyone said, oh, the Celtics are going to win this. Yes, but guess what? Evan stepped up. He averaged 21 and 9 on 63% shooting last year in the playoffs. Finally, there's no hesitation when you are the guy. And I think I love to see him carry that over from last year's success individually as a player to this year's team mentality.
Wendy, you and I had a lot of behind-the-scenes conversations on what could make this duo work, meaning Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen. And I think the biggest factor in this season is that Evan Mobley is shooting 50% from the three, right? Because I always said they need to somewhat mimic how we was looking at Karl Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert last year, right? A guy that's a dynamic roller in Jarrett Allen and a guy that can stretch the floor who's Evan Mobley now shooting 50% from the three-point.
The thing the reason I wasn't sure these guys could work together and they had to deal with their contracts. Evan Mobley signed a $220 million extension in the offseason, and then the Cavs gave Jarrett Allen another $100 million. And I was like, boy, they're investing $300 million in these guys, and I'm not even sure they can play together. And so they believed in it, and so far it's working. I thought the solution to them was to trade one of them.
Right.
But they have stuck with it, and it's paid off.
And now they're on a 9-game winning streak to start the season. Perk, you were part of a 19-game winning streak in the 08-09 season. At some point, I feel like you just go into these games and you expect to win at this point.
You do, and you start chasing history, right? Like you have a certain type of chemistry. It gets to the point where you don't even have shoot around and breakdowns.
You're just like, we know this
not
part.
Offensively, right? You're going to always respect the team and go over, defensive principles and defensive strategies. But offensively, when you have a groove like that, it's like, no, let's just keep going at it. We don't have much to talk about. We don't have much to harp on.
And that's why it's such a test for the Golden State Warriors, because this is a tough road trip that they're in the middle of, right? They are then returning to Chase Center Tuesday. That's against Dallas. And that game, it marks Klay Thompson's highly anticipated return to the Bay. The Warriors, they're billing the night as a salute to Captain Klay Thompson. Fans in attendance will each be given a captain's hat. It's a nod to the commutes that Thompson would often make to Chase Center on his 37-foot fishing vessel. The idea is that fans will all take off their hats and extend them a literal salute to the four-time champion. And Steph Curry is also expected to address Thompson and the fan base before tip-off. And here on NBA Today, we have an exclusive first look at these hats that Golden State will be passing out. This is what fans are going to be given next Tuesday.
I'm not sure I'm wearing it right.
No, it's fine. There's no correct way to wear it, Wendy. Wear it how you want to wear it. You see mine? I just want to.
Yeah, I think mine is a little. Is that the best?
Yeah, and then everyone is
like
expected to take
Should
their hat off.
you wear it on the back? Is that
No,
the
you're
way?
supposed to,
I feel like Klay had it on the back.
I got
he
mine
did.
on copy.
No, it's secure.
what I'm
It's like
saying?
fastened
I
to the
got
front.
mine.
Right, because if you start going too fast on the boat, then it's going to
Fly off.
flip off.
I need one favor from you, though. Can you get Klay to sign this for me?
I guess we will.
It's got a Warrior logo on it. How does Klay feel about the Warriors?
Hey Warriors fans. Welcome back to Warriors News, where we break down all things Golden State. Let's dive into the latest storylines and see what our squad is up to. So, here we are again, people questioning if the Golden State Warriors are legit this season. The NBA media can't seem to decide whether this team has what it takes to go all the way or if their early record is just a hot streak. But let's look at the facts. Coming off a strong 7-1 start, Golden State has been proving its doubters wrong game after game. They didn't just squeak out wins, they made serious statements, especially in that thrilling win over the Celtics at TD Garden. And that's no small feat. Here's what's really exciting about this Warriors team, it's not just the Curry show anymore. Sure, Steph is still lighting it up as usual, but the contributions are coming from all angles. We've got young players stepping up big time, and veterans like Buddy Hield and Kyle Anderson bringing that steady hand on both ends of the court. The team has depth and versatility that feels like a real strength in numbers throwback to their early championship years. And we can't overlook what Steve Kerr has done here. He's brought in a rotation strategy inspired by his coaching at the Olympics, and it's paying off in a huge way. By giving players solid minutes, he's building a team with cohesion, trust, and a defense that's quietly becoming one of the league's best. Yes, the Cavs are also off to a great start, but the Warriors have an edge this season, with improved defensive prowess and smart ball movement that's making them look like a well-oiled machine. The question is, do you believe in this Warriors team as much as I do? Leave a comment with your thoughts below, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for all your Warriors news. Go Dubs!